Hello everybody. I'm going to be talking in my informative speech about Death Valley and the constant changing landscape it is. Now, I know what you're thinking. Death Valley? Doesn't sound like a fun place to visit. I assure you, just because of the scorpions, the snakes, the mosquitoes, the heat, I assure you it's a wonderful place even with all those downsides. Now, let's talk a little bit about Death Valley and some of the dangers to be prepared for. So, in Death Valley, there are, like I said, snakes, scorpions, mosquitoes. All of these, though, naturally come out at nighttime, so you'll be safe during the day. Always make sure to have at least a stick or a knife with you, just in case you get yourself in a sticky situation. And lots of water. Water is a key necessity of you surviving out there, since there's no water for miles, depending on where you are. A good snack that I've found out when you're out there is an orange. Bring these 4 of them when you're out there. Alright, now that you know some of that, let's go into some heat, shall we? Now, in Death Valley, according to an academic journal, a dashboard thermometer one time read 112 degrees, and it's only 11 a.m. Now, this only happens when it's in the summertime. If you're unlucky, it'll happen some other times, but mostly in the summer, that's when killer heat starts. Make sure to have suntan lotion and a lot of water. Camelback with 3 bottles of water, mostly recommended. If you're gonna bring a snack, oranges. Nothing salty or sugary. If you do, make sure you're with people just in case. Now, another thing that I love about Death Valley, from my personal experience of going there for 5 years, is Mosaic Canyon. Mosaic Canyon is one of those canyons where you can go through it and understand and see all the water, and wind that pass through it. I have a little piece here from Mosaic Canyon, as you could see from all these lines and everything of where the water used to come through and where the wind cuts through. An incredible piece of work done by Mother Nature, I would have to say myself. Another place to visit when you're out there, definitely the Rocky Road Racetrack. What is the Rocky Road Racetrack? Well, I'm glad you asked. Since the Rocky Road Racetrack is kind of far from where you could possibly stay, I'll let you know what it is. Now, rocks, and they race. Crazy, am I right? I know. It's not as big as you would think, but rocks do travel over the course of hundreds of years, can travel from point A to point B, and this is only possible through wind and water, and you can see how it pushes them through the area, giving it the name Rocky Road Racetrack. No one touches these rocks because, well, they go by themselves, and eventually they'll reach their destination. Until then, though, they just do their own thing and sit there and be rocks. Another thing that you should wonder about in Death Valley is that, well, does it rain? Now I know what you're thinking. It's a desert. Why would it rain in the desert? Well, it happened one time for me, long time ago. Pretty intense when it did happen. I wasn't ready for it at all. But due to another academic journal or research, since 1971, there has been a 23.5 increase in precipitation, which is pretty insane, thinking that from my one time being there when it actually rained and all my other years of being there and never raining, it's pretty intense, especially for me. Now, another thing you can do when you're there, kind of dangerous, especially if you're by yourself, but if you have light and you have a car, and well, obviously if you should have a car if you're going out there because it's a long way out. But if you're going out there, definitely stay up during nighttime. There are thousands upon thousands of stars that can be seen up in the sky. And if you have blue light, you can actually look down at scorpions and check out their insides. Now, I don't have a picture of one on me right now, but it is incredible. With all these things being said about Death Valley, I would definitely recommend it in a top 10 where you should go visit. Even though the death is there, proper equipment and understanding of your environment, you'll be perfectly fine. So, Death Valley is definitely a place you should try.